ho. Word up, my G Monies. It's Chasing Zombie Collector. And I did it. Oops. I did it again. I went to a local shop of pawn and bought all these DVDs and Blu-rays for 19 American schmeckles. So each DVD was $1, Blu-ray was $2, and I got a couple for myself, and I'm going to show those at the end. And I got a handful for my just to resell. Each one of these I looked online, and they go for anywhere between $3 or $4. Could get to 20 or 30. Now, again, I do auctions. I don't do a buy it now. I don't do a best offer. So, again, sometimes it's a roll of the dice. You know, we all know it's an auction. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. So we'll see. So this is what I have in no particular order. I just grabbed them and going to show you all what I picked up. It is a Dolph Lundgren 3-movie package. You have a let's see, it was Direct Action, Retrograde, and Direct Contact. Sealed, never opened. So I picked this up again. I'm going to try to avoid saying $1 every time I show a movie, but for $1, and this was going for around 10, so, you know, we'll see. Next up is I think this is David Lynch, right? David Lynch, Lost Highway, with Bill Pullman, Patricia Arquette, what is that, Balthazar Getty, I think he showed up in Cabin Fever too, not for sure. I remember this being a very strange movie. I remember the soundtrack being really good in the 90s, but this came out towards the end of the 90s, I believe. I want to say like 97, 98. I'm not 100% on that, but I remember it being a kind of a big deal when I was in high school, or around about that way. So I opened it up, nothing special, just the disc in there. I just thought I realized it wasn't the wrong disc. I was like, man, I got busted. So I got Lost Highway. Next one is, I've never heard of this movie before, but there's a trick. Anytime you ever see a Warner Brothers release of a film, like from their classic series, my understanding, they only made them on demand. They have a website, or at least they used to, Warner Brothers Archives. They would only make these movies when there was a reason to make them, and there was like you ordered them when people, or they would make them when people would order them. I don't know if that's still the case. I don't know if they're still doing it, but this is a movie I've never seen before, never even heard of it. All Mine to Give. I believe it's a Christmas movie, and I don't know anything about it, but it is from Warner Brothers. And again, this is a old-timey movie. There it is. There's the inside of the DVD. Let's see if it says what year this came out. Oh no. It takes place during Christmas. I don't see. It says 19th century Wisconsin. I mean, as it takes place, but it doesn't say what year. Sorry, but it does come in widescreen. So 6 kids on a true and wonderful adventure. You can tell it's pretty oldie time. So anyways, there is All Mine to Give, a quiet classic about the value of Christmas, family, and hope. All things that no one cares about now in America. BMX Bandits. As you can see, the reason why. Nicole Kidman, I don't know if this is her first movie, but it has to be one of her first movies. Obviously, I'm sure, as it falls out, so let me see if I can get that put in there a little bit better. Oh, that's weird. Well, so there you go. BMX Bandits. Well, you know, it's like sometimes sucks that you're trying to get in there. But anyway, so you have that. This is one of those movies that it's probably like a low-grade creation from some low-grade company I never heard of. I don't even see a name of the company. But I looked it up online, and it's pretty hard to come by. So for $1, all right, sure, I'll do it. The next one is a Family of Cops, 2 and 3 with Charles Bronson. So again, I had never heard of this movie before. It has I guess, he came along and later on in his career. So this would be around the time he did, what was that movie he was famous for towards the end, that he made like 15 of the movies, Death Wish. So it kind of has a Death Wish look. I'm not saying that it's not at all a Death Wish film, I'm sure. not at all. But it has that look. It was, of course, later in his life. They're both full frame, unfortunately. Trying to see if there's anybody else in this movie that would stick out. No, not really. Nobody sticks out as a name that I would recognize. Diane Ladd, Kim Weeks, sounds somewhat familiar. But anyways, never heard of this. Thought I'd pick it up. They actually do pretty well online as well. Next up is a sealed copy of Man of Steel. Of course, I'm not a fan of DC really. I'll still pick them up when I can find them. I might hold on to this one. I don't think I have this on Blu-ray or DVD. So then, and I may hold on to this, but again, this is probably more of a just, anytime you can find anything sealed that's a, superhero type movie, it's definitely worth holding on to. Talking about superheroes, Guardians of the Galaxy on Blu-ray, $2 on the Blu-rays. This is the 1-disc set. It's really clean on the inside, nothing there. But want to pick this up. Again, Blu-rays do really well, especially superhero movies, especially Marvel movies. So again, I have $2 in it, and I already have this on DVD. I actually have a couple versions of this, but I pick it up because it's one of those ones that you could throw up and make a few schmeckles every once in a while. Never heard of this movie before. The High Commissioner. It has Rod Taylor, Christopher Plummer, and Lily Palmer. He is a man of peace. He is a murderer. This is a sealed copy of this. I've never seen it as a widescreen edition. Never heard of it. I like Christopher Plummer. I believe he just passed away not too long ago. But again, he did a really good job in Knives Out. That might have been one of his last movies, if I'm not mistaken. But I've always enjoyed Christopher Plummer's work. Again, this is one I'll probably end up selling. I don't think I'll probably end up catching it. This one is a very, I want to say this came out early 90s. I could be wrong. Late 80s. But this is just some pure trash cinema. It's called The Death Merchant with Lawrence Tierney. Right here, Death Merchant looks like trash cinema. Never opened before. Trying to see if there's anybody in here. Jim Winburn, that last name sounds familiar. He was the director. Lawrence Tierney, if I'm not mistaken, played in Reservoir Dogs. He was the main boss. He was the one who put all the Reservoir Dogs together, all the different colors. I can't remember what they called him. Joe. I think they called him Joe. He was Joe in that, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But Death Merchant, it looks like some sleazy fun. So, got that. This one always does really well because it's a real popular kind of Western from the 70s. It's a Sierra Leone movie, Once Upon a Time in the West. Sealed, never opened. So this movie has always done well for me. I've always picked it up. This is the first time I ever bought it in a thicker box. It's a thickie. Usually it's a slim box. I think I found it in the past. But, I mean, you have Henry Fonda, Jason Robards, Charles Bronson in this. There's other people in here. Who else is in? Charles Bronson. There was the other guy I was thinking about. Again, it's a Sierra Leone joint. So you have that. It's a very popular movie with tons of special features for it. Next up, again, this is this trash, sleazy cinema. I'd never seen it before, but it's starring Ashley Ray and Michelle Bauer. And I've seen them in other movies before. They're always kind of in these, after hours movies or horror movies that have to have some nudity in them. And this is called Bikini Drive-In. So there you go. I'm sure it is only the highest of class acting. It's under the genre sexy comedy. So there you go. So there you have that. So again, that's an easy one to sell. That stuff does obviously pretty well online. So the next one I'm going to show you are the things I picked up from my personal collection, things I did not have and wanted to add to the collection. The first up is a 2-disc set of this dumpster fire of a movie, but I still want to get it. X-Men Origins Wolverine. This is a 2-disc set. It came with the slipcover. So as you can see here, and it has the right here digital copy plus the original disc. And it has a couple inserts in there. There's a digital code, but I think digital codes now are a thing of the past or they expire or whatever. But this has a ton of special features, which I don't know if the one disc edition had. But this is a crappy movie. Ryan Reynolds is in this as a Deadpool. I don't even know if they call him Deadpool, and I think he's supposed to be Deadpool, but I don't think they ever reference him as Deadpool. I think they call him Wade, which of course he later on becomes Deadpool in the movies he has his hand in. But this is just a garbage of a film when it comes to that. But picking up for $1, you have Liv Schreiber, who plays what is he? Sabretooth, I believe. Hugh Jackman, of course, Wolverine. I forgot some other dudes playing Gambit, but he's awful in it. There's a bunch of made-up characters they don't even have in the original X-Men movies. They have just because they need to have, I guess, extra just throwaway character mutants. So Wolverine has somebody to care about when they die or get destroyed by Sabretooth or whatever, that he wants to fight and find them or whatever. So it's awful, but for $1, I'll get it to add to the movie collection I have for superheroes. Next one up is a one from the 70s. This is a straight up subversive, like really depraved movie. I loved it. I loved it when I saw it the first time. I never even knew they released it on a single disc edition. I think this is the kind of movie that they had like a big combo, like drive-in or grindhouse film combos, but I never saw the single disc edition. It's called The Tormentors. And it's this crazy. I mean, a wild gang of bikers who shamelessly idolize, I'm not going to say what they idolize, brutalize anyone or anything that stands in their way, dealing in illegal weapons, assassinations, power, and violence. They seem invincible until they push one man too far. When his girlfriend is savagely murdered, he declares a personal war, but to destroy them, he has to join them. Bam, 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 bam. So there you go. They're the last of a dying breed. So I'm not even for sure there's anybody on here that's a name would be recognizable. I don't believe so. I don't remember any of these guys' names. But anyways, The Tormentors. It is not a great movie. It is a very subversive film. I find it highly entertaining. They do not, I repeat, do not make movies like this anymore. And again, a reason to buy physical media, because that movie probably will never get played anywhere on right now, maybe ever, in any kind of digital format. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I would be hard-pressed to believe that. Next up is a 2-disc double, or maybe it's a 1-disc. Yeah, it's a 1-disc, but it's a 2-film Blu-ray of, what do we got here? The Replacement Killers and Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. And I just love and this is the extended cut of Replacement Killers with Chow Yun-fat and Maria Sorvino. And then with Truth and Consequences, you have Vincent Gallo, Kiefer Sutherland, Kevin Pollak, Grace Phillips, Rod Steiger, Martin Sheen. Danny Trejo and Michael Rooker is in The Replacement Killers. It's a great movie. I don't think either one of them have any like real special features. The extended version is unrated. It is a rated R version of Truth or Consequences, sorry. I don't see any like real special features like I said, so it's probably just the movies themselves. I believe I had this movie on DVD, maybe even a Blu-ray, but I did not have this. So again, for $2, I'll get this movie again. I can get rid of the other one. I think this is actually kind of hard to come by. A lot of these 90s and early 2000s action movies that they put in the 2-disc sets, 3-disc movies, 4 movies. Sometimes they have some urban action films that they made late 90s and throughout the early 2000s. Those are kind of hard to come by and worth some money as well. I found one actually today, but the discs were scratched up, so I put it back. And the one I was most excited about, which I would have paid way more than $2, I didn't have this in my collection. It's the one movie that has been eluding me for the longest time. I just don't know why I could not find it. I don't need the special edition. I don't need the 18-disc collector's edition, though it would be nice. It is Marvel's Doctor Strange. I don't know why. I never could find this in the wild, and I didn't want to spend full price buying it on in a store or online. And I've been wanting this forever. And it's one of the like glaring holes in my collection, my Blu-ray collection for Marvel movies. And there's a handful of others, but this is one of the big ones that I couldn't find it. And I finally found it today. It's the single disc set, which I'm totally fine with, right there. But I'm a huge fan of this director, which sucks because he's no longer in it. Scott Derrickson is the director. Little known fact: Scott Derrickson made some horror movies, and he's one of the very few, or what it was, Christians in Hollywood who were making actually major studio pictures. Which is why he loved doing Doctor Strange, because it has a connection of religion and mystical, themes or whatnot. And I thought he did an awesome job with this movie. I think he did the Exorcism of Emily Rose, and he did a couple other movies that has that vibe. But he's a pretty strong advocate for his faith and his, what do you want to say? His faith in his films, and he kind of portrays that. But apparently they were trying to push some stuff on him for the part 2, and he didn't want to do it. So Sam Raimi's taking over, and there's going to be more horror themed, which again, Sam Raimi's perfect for that. I like to see Scott do his version of whatever that was supposed to be, but Sam Raimi with his Evil Dead background would definitely, I'm sure, do just fine. So I am interested to see what they do with that. Again, I probably won't watch it in the theater. I don't know if I'm going to be giving Marvel and Disney my movie. I know I won't be giving them my money, but buying this on the secondary market for $2 in a pawn shop, yeah, I'll do that. But am I going to go to a movie theater and watch the movie and give them $20? No, I'm not going to do that. So anyways, guys, there you have it. That is it. I got all those movies, again, like I said, for $19. Hope you all enjoyed the experience. If you see these movies, let me know. What did you think about them? Any highlights, anything you saw that caught your eye? Interested in any kind of feedback or conversation you may want to have about the movies? Definitely looking forward to hear what people might share, or again, their insights and their what interested them in this video. And until next time, peace.